live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News Today at 6 starts now.
Good finally Friday morning, everybody. Tracking a little bit of wet weather to the north and to the west. Tracking some spotty Friday and maybe even Saturday rain chances.
Plus, product shift. Fiat Chrysler making a move that could affect thousands of local jobs.
Is with humility, determination, and boundless confidence in America's promise that I accept your nomination.
Hillary Clinton officially makes history accepting the Democratic nomination for the President of the United States. Big milestone for her last night. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for waking up with us, and happy Friday.
That's the best way to say it.
You had kind
Happy
of this
Friday.
sense of peace over you when I said Friday.
Well,
I
you
could
know,
see
there's
it.
more reasons why, you know.
Really?
Well, you know, we're not going to share, but.
I don't know.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Brandon, do you?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Why am I not in the loop?
Evrod.
No.
And 11 tonight right here on Local 4 News Today. And I don't think he gets a single break today. He'll be here all day. I don't know. That's where I was going with it. I was keeping it clean. 68 degrees, mostly cloudy skies out there, a north wind at 6, and it's a little muggy, but not terrible. Once again today, we about 36 hours ago had a cool front come through, and so temperatures not getting overbearing as far as heat. But look at the rain showers up to the north and a few of them out to the west along I-94 out near Marshall, Battle Creek area seeing a little bit of rain. Isolated lightning strike. I think this is going to fizzle out. Better chance for some light showers to stay together, mainly in the thumb region for the morning hours. So showers stay north through the morning. We get a little bit of sun coming and going, but not a super warm day, 80 degrees at noon. Shower chances reemerge late afternoon into the evening. Spotty stuff. A lot of us not likely going to see a drop, but those of you who do could see quite a few. Wow.
Oh, all right, Brandon. Okay, well, not only are we having I-696 and I-96 closing down for the weekend, but we're also going to have slowdowns along I-75 and I-94 for construction. So let's take a look at where at. Northbound I-75 from Fort Street to Springwells. Only one lane will be open there starting tonight at 7 p.m. and this will wrap up 5 a.m. Monday morning. And then westbound I-94 from Beach Daily to Wayne Road. Only one lane open there starting at 8 p.m. tonight, and this will also wrap up at 5 a.m. Monday morning. So it might be a good weekend to just kind of stay put or, avoid those freeways because you could see slowdowns in those areas. All right, well, stick around because we're going to let you know exactly where that I-696 closure is coming up at 6:14. Back to you.
Kim, thank you. 6:02 is your time right now. And we're following developing news out of San Diego. And that's where police are saying that they have a suspect in custody after a pair of officers were shot late last night. But as of early this morning, the area is still on lockdown as officers are searching for other possible suspects. The officer's condition is not known at this time, but on the San Diego Police Department Twitter page, it says that they're asking for the officers to be kept in your prayers.
It is 6:03 and police are investigating a deadly shooting on Detroit's west side. It happened sometime overnight near the intersection of Norfolk and Cherry Lawn near 8 Mile Road. And police are saying that the victim appears to be a male in his 20s. So far, there are no descriptions of the suspect, but an investigation is ongoing. We'll keep you updated, of course, as always, as more information becomes available.
An 87-year-old woman is in the hospital this morning after being shot while sitting on her front porch. Shots were fired just before 7:45 Thursday night near 7 Mile and Conan on Detroit's east side. We've learned that the woman was sitting there and heard gunshots and then felt a pain in her arm. Right now, she's currently in stable condition and police are investigating, but right now they don't have a suspect. If you have any information about this incident, you're asked to contact police.
It is another case that is questioning whether or not police may have used excessive force when making an arrest.
Yeah, a man's fiance started recording after she and her boyfriend were pulled over. And then this happened. Detroit police are saying that there's more to the story, a second video, in fact. Local 4's Lauren Podell is joining us live now from DPD headquarters. Lauren, this is a very sensitive investigation, one that even Police Chief James Craig is speaking out about.
He certainly did. He wanted to speak out about it last night when this video started going viral. And really, as you mentioned, Evrod, for those of you waking up Getting ready to head out the door? Take a pause because there are two videos that will play out in this story and two different sides to the story. You be the judge. It was around 7 p.m. on Wednesday when Tatiana Taylor and her fiance Tony Ross were driving this 1998 Cadillac when a Detroit police officer pulled them over.
He said license and registration.
And then what happened when he said that?
And my fiance said, what do you need license and registration for? I mean, because he had the right to ask what he been pulled over for. He said no seatbelt. He said no seatbelt. He said, I had my seatbelt on. He said, license and F and registration.
That's when Taylor picked up her cell phone and started recording. She says when her fiance reached for his information in the middle console, the officer punched him in the head and chest, saying he was resisting arrest.
I was hurt. I couldn't help him. Our 7-month-old son in the back seat. It's nothing I can do. I'm not about to intervene while my child right here.
Detroit police have their own video releasing the dash cam footage after the couple was pulled over at Margarita and St. Mary's. Chief Craig says Taylor's cell phone video doesn't accurately tell the whole story.
At any time we have to use force, whether it's a punch, whether it's a kick, taking someone down to the ground, there's a struggle, it does not look good. But our officers preliminarily looked as if they did it right. We are doing it.
And there will be a full-fledged investigation into what unfolded during that traffic stop. Chief Craig saying they're in the very early stages of that investigation, and he plans on being very transparent because we know this is a sensitive issue. As for the man behind the wheel, he is now in police custody being held on an outstanding warrant. Reporting live this morning outside of DPD headquarters, Lauren Podell, Local 4.
Time now, 6:06. It was a history-making night last night as Hillary Clinton accepted the nomination for president from the Democratic Party.
Yes, it was. She, her family, and all of her supporters, no doubt, had a big celebration that might be continuing this morning. But of course, it is now the real work begins as the campaign trail gets back underway.
And our Devin Scillian has more from Philadelphia, including how the night started with a strong showing of support from Metro Detroiters.
I know Hillary Clinton has our backs, and we will have hers.
It was amazing. It was, emotional.
Heady territory for Detroit's Henrietta Ivey. She's a home health care worker who made the appeal for a jump in the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm had the place rolling with her potshots at Donald Trump, but the spotlight was clearly waiting for the last hour of this 2016 Democratic convention.
I know with all my heart that my mother will make us proud as our next president.
Introduced by her daughter Chelsea, Hillary Clinton became the first American woman to accept a major party's nomination for president. She, too, took her shots at the Republican nominee.
Imagine him in the Oval Office facing a real crisis. A man you can bait with a tweet is not a man we can trust with nuclear weapons.
She also reached out to the Bernie Sanders supporters who've been slow to embrace her, decked out tonight in their hard-to-miss neon glow-in-the-dark attire. But she then aimed at the target many of her supporters felt she must, making less a case against and more a case for.
Let's be stronger together, my fellow Americans. Let's look to the future with courage and confidence.
Both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton now have 101 days to convince you that they're the one. In Philadelphia, Devin Scillian, Local 4 News Today.
All right, Devin, thank you. So did anyone stretch the truth in their speeches last night?
Jason Carr's been doing some fact-checking for us this morning. What are we finding?
You make me sound like a detective, like
with the microscope and everything.
Yes. Like I've got my laptop and I'm like, I'm going to find Hillary Clinton talked the talk, but can she walk the walk? Time to put up what she said and put it to scrutiny and figure it out with factcheck.org. Hillary Clinton saying 90% of income gains have gone to the top 1%, but is that a figure that's current? No, it's outdated. It's now 52%. She also said 15 million private sector jobs have been created since President Obama took office. The actual number is 10.5 million. And Clinton suggested Donald Trump's "I alone can fix it" line meant he's saying he could do it all by himself, when in fact Trump was referring to a rigged system, and went on to talk about working
with others. This morning, we want to hear from you. Rhonda and I will be at Campus Martius downtown at 8 a.m. discussing all the big moments from the DNC. Come talk with us, walk with us, I don't know, nosh with us. Are we going to have anything down there?
I think we should.
We should. We should probably have some vittles. You can join the conversation.
I haven't heard that term in a long time.
You can join the conversation live on clickondetroit.com as we stream that. And now let's talk about Pence in Novi with Everett.
Yeah, he was there at a Trump campaign in Metro Detroit. This was our first look at Pence as a crowd of about 500 people came out to Novi.
Yes, it was the Indiana governor's first official introduction to Michigan voters, and Mike Pence made sure to hit on all talking points. He talked jobs, immigration, and the Supreme Court, all while addressing main themes of the Trump campaign. It was the Indiana governor's first official introduction to Michigan voters, and he made sure to hit on all those points, as I mentioned.
Tired of being told that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can run our lives better than we can run them ourselves. Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine must never be in the White House.
And Pence is off to Ohio today, where he's going to be speaking to a crowd at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
And we do have much more from both the Democratic and Republican conventions on clickondetroit.com. You can also find election stories about the primary and the upcoming election as well. We have one on Tuesday, by the way. You've probably seen the signs out in many yards, so you need to head out to the polls actually coming up this Tuesday. So don't forget that.
Time now, 6:11, and attention moms and dads. There's something designed to protect children that actually might be putting them in danger, so we're going to show you what to watch out for.
And Mateen Cleaves headed back to court in just a moment. The very latest on the serious charges the ex-MSU and NBA basketball star is facing.
In stories to watch for this morning, the sexual assault case against former Michigan State basketball star Mateen Cleaves is heading back to court today. A preliminary exam hearing set for 8:30 this morning. And this is all after Cleaves' lawyers moved to disqualify the woman who claims that Cleaves assaulted her because she previously worked for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. Of course, a story that will continue to follow.
Over in Sterling Heights today, it's going to be a special day. 40 people are going to be taking the oath of allegiance to become naturalized citizens of our great country. The ceremony will happen at 10 a.m. at the Sterling Heights Public Library on Dodge Park Road near Utica Road. It will be followed by a reception where everyone can celebrate their new citizenship with friends and families. Congratulations to all of you. We'll be right back.
The Toyota Summer.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Free Art Friday, and take a look. This is last week's winner, Jennifer Courtney. Congratulations to her. And she found the free art that we give away every Friday at Springwells, I should say. The location was Springwells in Southwest Detroit, if you're familiar with the area and the murals there.
Big congratulations going out to her. And your turn is next. So start your engine. We're going to reveal this week's secret location that's coming up in our next half hour. So stick around for that. And just to warn you, people find it so quickly, Brandon, in like 5 minutes, I want to say. So make sure if you know where it is, you head on out as soon as possible.
But I think it's a good idea, because if you have an ambiguous location, like it could not be found at all. It'd be like 3 weeks later, somebody else, what is this? But anyway, good morning, everybody. Your Hanson's weather window, 1-800-HANSON's, bringing us this Metro airport shot. All is calm at the airport if you're coming or going around the country today through this airport. Looks good. 68 degrees right now. Showers mainly north through the morning. We'll show you those. And by 10 o'clock, warming things up. We will get a little bit of sunshine coming and going through the morning hours and even into the afternoon. Shower chances late afternoon into the evening as we warm up a little bit, and a stationary front gets closer and closer, just brings a little more instability to the area. Not going to be anything widespread, so do not cancel any plans today. Just know that you could get a couple of delays, especially again through the late afternoon and evening. Here's a look though, some showers training right through our northern viewing area up into the thumb, and you see some of the showers back through the western part of the state, still holding together. What's going on down here near Coldwater and into Jackson County? Well, starting to see these really fizzle out, but hopefully we hold them together for some of the viewing area to get a little bit wet. Meantime, here's a look at what we have up north, and just scattered garden variety rain. Very little thunder showing up. This stationary front, again, is going to just slowly lift north. Stationary means it's not moving, but it will lift north slowly over the next 24 hours. And that keeps rain chances around into your Saturday as well. Again, don't cancel any plans. The farther north you are, the safer I think we are, or clearer. It's that stationary front near the Ohio border that does keep the rain chances through Saturday. Sunday looks great. Monday, we start to warm it up back into the upper 80s and pushing 90 or close to 90 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, Kim's here. It's 4 Live traffic time. What do you have?
Well, we've got our 1-800-CALL-SAM chopper shut right now. This is looking down at I-94 right at 10 Mile. No problems here. Looks like pretty light traffic volumes in this area as well. So that's a good thing to start off your Friday morning. But I got some bad news for you. Eastbound I-696 will be closing for the weekend. This is from I-275 to Telegraph. It closes tonight starting at 9 p.m. and it won't reopen until Monday morning at 5 a.m. But it's okay. I'm going to walk you through an alternate route, so don't worry, we can get around this. Eastbound M5, you can take that to Grand River and then take that to eastbound 8 Mile to Telegraph, and you will avoid that closure, no problem. All right, well, stick around because I'll have your I-96 commute this morning coming up at 6:24. Rhonda?
All right, we'll see you then, Kim. It is 6:18, and in consumer headlines this morning, a first-of-its-kind doll is about to hit store shelves for boys. Also, Facebook could be forced to pay billions. But first, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles putting the brakes on car production here in the United States. Maribel Aber joins us now live at NASDAQ with more. Happy Friday. Good morning.
Good morning, Rhonda. Well, first off, Fiat Chrysler is ending production of passenger cars in the U.S. It will instead use its U.S. plants to produce pickups and SUVs for the Ram and Jeep brands. The automaker's passenger cars will be made at plants in Mexico, Canada, and elsewhere in the world. Fiat Chrysler hopes the shift will lead to a higher profit margin. The Jeep and Ram brands have been driving sales at the automaker recently. Facebook could be hit with a tax bill for as much as $5 billion from the IRS. The social networker says a bill that size would have an adverse material impact on the company. It's all related to an IRS investigation to determine if Facebook understated the value of assets it transferred to an Irish subsidiary back in 2010. In a regulatory filing, Facebook said it planned to challenge the IRS on the ruling. And Walmart is adding boy dolls to the My Life As line of girl dolls. There will be 2 boy dolls added to the line next month. The move will make Walmart the first national retailer to offer 18-inch boy dolls. Walmart says it's in response to customers who said they couldn't find a retailer that carries the boy dolls. The dolls are available now for pre-order for $27.97 each. I think we need an Evrod and Rhonda doll. That's what I say.
There's already an Evrod and Rhonda dog. Actually, that's up for adoption. Crazy as it seems, so why not a doll? Thanks, Maribel.
Stranger things have happened, haven't they? It is 6:20 now. Grab your resume if you're looking for a job. There's a big job expo happening today in Oakland County that we want to tell you about, where over 50 employers are going to be on site looking for the best and the brightest. Today, it's at the Marriott Hotel right there on West Big Beaver Road, I should say, in Troy. That expo is going to feature jobs from a number of different industries, from retail, manufacturing, accounting, banking, even truck driving if you're interested. That expo is going to start at 9 this morning. It'll go until 3 p.m. and it is free to attend. I would encourage you to dress to impress and make sure you bring your resume, and good luck.
Time now is 6:21. 2 officers shot in San Diego, and we do have breaking news of that. We are learning that one of the police officers who was shot late last night has died from his injuries. A second officer is in surgery right now. Police say that they have a suspect in custody, but aren't revealing a lot of information about what led up to the shooting. They are still searching downtown San Diego right now for other possible suspects.
So sad.
Yeah.
Time now 6:21. Ahead this morning, we are following the latest in new charges coming in the Flint water crisis. Our Lauren Podell following the latest in that. We'll have details from her coming up. And before we go to break, let's meet today's Facebook friend for today. This is Robin Wormley from Wayne, and she tells us that she loves spending time with her family and loves watching Local 4 News.
Aw, thank you, Robin. We're going to send you a Big B coffee card for being our friend of the day. And a reminder to everybody else to like the Local 4 Facebook page. And once there, don't forget to click on the Friend of the Day tab and include your picture. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and you may be our next friend of the day. We'll be right back.
Good Friday morning, everybody. We made it through another week. We do have a couple of showers, some good lawn watering up in the tip of the thumb, and you see some more rain coming out of Big Rapids, Grand Rapids, Ludington, Muskegon, and that is, it's going to start falling apart, most of it moving west to east, but still some more rain, mainly through the northern counties in the morning. Later this afternoon, a couple of isolated random rain and thunder showers, probably most of us seeing a whole lot of nothing. 82, a mix of clouds and sun, Kim.
Going to be a nice day, Brandon. All right, well, your commute looking like a nice one as well. We're looking at I-96 right at Inkster Road. So if you're headed out towards the Livonia area, no problems you need to worry about. And actually no problems around anywhere around Metro Detroit. So that's great news to start off your Friday morning.
That is great news. Thank you, Kim. 6:26 is your time, and turning our attention to good health this morning. Listen to this, parents. A common thing that parents do. You drape a blanket over a stroller on the car seat to shield your child from the sun. A lot of parents do that.
I've done it, you've done it, but medical researchers in Sweden say that this is actually dangerous, even with a thin blanket, because they found that the temperature inside the seat, and we probably didn't even know this, but the temperature can rise up to 12 degrees.
So kids can then become dehydrated. They could even suffer from heat stroke. Health experts say that it's better to use an umbrella or just sit in the shade. It's a packed house at Shane Park. The Detroit Police Department actually was hosting a fun-filled night for the kids of the city of Detroit.
Yeah, the Detroit Youth Summer Jam, as it's called, happened at Shane Park just yesterday. The festival and concert featured a lot of food, a lot of good food, in fact, games, and the kids were also able to connect with the officers and see what it's like to be in law enforcement, something that kids need to see so they can know that, you know, law enforcement is there to help and protect us.
Absolutely, and it might even be a future career that these kids might want to get
Definitely.
into as well.
Definitely.
Great job, DPD. Next at 6:30, local stories from West Bloomfield, Detroit, and Dearborn.
Plus, a mother-daughter moment that's definitely going to bring a smile to your face. It's today's top video next. Keep it here.
2 times the
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for today's top video, an amazing family moment of drone footage showing a mother humpback whale and her newborn calf. Look at this.
So they are swimming off the eastern coast of Australia. To put these pictures in perspective, a humpback calf is typically between 10 and 15 feet long at birth and already weighs up to 1 ton.
Wow.
It's a big baby.
Yeah, it is fully grown. Whales are about 52 feet long, weighing up to 50 tons. That
Wow.
is a big boy.
Yes, it is.
Back in a minute.
Live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News Today at 6:30 starts now.
Good morning, everybody. We're keeping a close eye on an active radar on your Finally Friday. We'll take a look at some weekend rain chances coming right up.
And new this morning, charges are coming in the Flint water crisis. We'll have the very latest.
Plus, connecting with Hillary Clinton. She admits a lot of voters aren't always sure what to make of her. New this half-hour location, we're going to have some reaction to her history-making night.
A lot of people talking about her speech and just how overwhelmingly emotional it made them. And you probably had the same reaction last night. So we're going to break it all down for you. Jason Carr will have details on her speech, as well as some of the other ones from Metro Detroit that were there.
Yeah, we heard from a Detroiter and also former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm as well. So we'll get you updated on all that, but we do want to get you updated on your forecast. Lots of folks have weekend plans, Brandon. So what's in store weather-wise?
Shower chances, but the message I want to spread is that it's not anything that's going to ruin or cancel your plans. Just know that there could be a delay or two. But a beautiful look outside the window here in Mount Clemens, 68 degrees, and that's a common temperature around Metro Detroit. So upper 60s over the next couple of hours, into the low 70s from 8 to 9. Cloud cover coming and going, but we do get a little bit of Friday sun, 80 degrees at noon. Most of the morning rain is north of Metro Detroit, north of M59 up into the Thumb, but we all stand a chance at a few spotty showers later today. 82 degrees the high, and I emphasize spotty, and those spotty showers could produce some soaking rains. But right now, I think this stuff coming across the I-69, I-94 corridor out west will fizzle as it works closer, and you see more rain that is training up to the north. So we'll take an hour-by-hour look into your weekend forecast, but Kim DeJulio is here for live traffic.
Good morning, everyone. Well, we've got freeway closures to talk about for the weekend. So this one is in Detroit. Westbound I-96 will be closing from Livernois to Wyoming. It's closing tonight starting at 9 p.m. and it won't reopen until Monday morning starting at 5 a.m. So keep that in mind for the weekend, but you can get around this. You can just exit at Grand Boulevard, take that to westbound Grand River to avoid that closure. And real quick, let's take a look at our Sky 4 chopper, not too far away from that area. This is I-96 right at Greenfield. Things all clear here. Evrod?
Thank you, Kim. It is 6:33 now. We want to get to breaking news that we're following from Detroit's east side. That's where police tell us 3 people were shot in a possible drive-by shooting. Fortunately, the 3 victims are expected to be okay, but we do want to let you know this shooting happened overnight outside of a house on the 18,000 block of Algonac near East Outer Drive. So far, we're told that the victims are not working with police, but there is a full investigation underway. But again, a triple shooting on Detroit's east side. The victims are expected to be okay. We'll keep you updated as new information comes in. 6:33 still, and new charges are coming today in the Flint water crisis.
Yes, they are, as promised from the Attorney General. Local 4's Lauren Podell is working this story for us. And Lauren, do we have any information on who could be expecting to face charges today?
Well, we are hearing, Rhonda, it could be more state employees that are on AG Schuette's list, but at this hour, specifics are pretty scarce. We do know, as you mentioned, charges are coming, and we'll learn exactly what kind later this morning.
That our system of justice applies to everybody. It's not rigged. No one is above the law. Not on my watch.
Attorney General Bill Schuette living up to his word that more criminal charges were coming in connection to the Flint water crisis. Back in April, charges were filed against 2 MDEQ employees, Mike Prisby and Stephen Bush, and City of Flint employee Michael Glasgow.
Mr. Bush, do you have anything to say to the people of Flint? Did you tamper with evidence?
We pled not guilty to all of the counts.
Their charges range from misconduct in office to tampering with evidence.
When you did a criminal act, an overt act, and you had the corrupt mind to do that act, you're going to be charged.
One per house.
And while the people of Flint still lean on bottled water and filters on faucets, today, once again, Special Counsel Todd Flood and the Flint Water Investigative Team will announce new criminal charges alongside Schuette in a case that will last long after the lead problem is fixed. The team will gather together in a Flint courtroom later this morning around 11:30. Rhonda and Evrod, you better believe our Local 4 cameras will be there. We'll bring it to you live right here on Local 4 and click on Detroit.com when the charges are announced. Reporting live this morning, Lauren Podell, Local 4 News Today.
Time now 6:35, and the Democratic National Convention now officially behind us as it just ended last night.
Yes, it did. But before it came to an end last night, 2 women from Michigan got a chance to address the crowd. As we mentioned, former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm won the crowd over. She had a lot of applause as she took jabs at Donald Trump. And a local woman, her name is Henrietta Ivey. She's from right here in the city of Detroit. She's a home health care worker who made the appeal for an increase in the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
And also last night, a father reached into the hearts of viewers. His name is Kazir Khan from Virginia.
Yes, and he is the father of a war hero who was killed in Iraq in 2004. Khan, he appeared on stage and asked everyone watching to never take the brave men and women in our armed forces for granted. Take a listen.
Go look at the graves of brave patriots who died defending United States of America. You will see all faiths, genders, and ethnicities. You have sacrificed nothing.
And of course, the night belonged to Hillary Clinton as she officially accepted the nomination. Jason Carr joining us now with more on her speech last night.
Yes, and also some reaction from potential voters who were watching.
Absolutely. Rhonda Evrod, she had a big job last night laying out her vision for the country while trying to connect with voters. She admits people aren't always sure what to make of her, how to take her. Before we get to the reaction, let's take a look at how she tried to show differences between herself and Donald Trump.
The family I'm from, well, no one had their name on big buildings. My family were builders of a different kind. I sweat the details of policy, whether we're talking about the exact level of lead in the drinking water in Flint, Michigan, the number of mental health facilities in Iowa, or the cost of your prescription drugs. It's just not right that Donald Trump can ignore his debts and students and families can't refinance their debts. Well, please explain what part of America First leads him to make Trump ties in China, not Colorado, Trump suits in Mexico, not Michigan. Donald Trump says he wants to make America great again. Well, he could start by actually making things in America again.
Now to the comments. Dozens of you responded. Here's a pretty good sampling of those on hand in the carport. Amy Ashworth says she said clearly that she will increase taxes, change the Constitution, and open borders for Islamic extremists. Scary stuff, says Amy. Barbara, she was represented by those who Trump has mocked, talked about, and has shown hate throughout his campaign. She gave a speech of unifying our country rather than dividing. Gail Lynn, lengthy one, as an independent leaning toward Trump, even though I think we need a strong third party, I was impressed with the positiveness of the DNC. The message of Hillary is the people's champion for humankind, Earth, and always thinking how to make things better for we the people since she was young. If you want to see more of that, by all means, you can look it up on our social. So as the 2016 DNC comes to an end, we want to hear from you. We really, really do on Twitter, Facebook. Click on Detroit. We'll be live streaming from Campus Martius at 8 o'clock. Myself, Rhonda, will be down there, and we'd like you to come visit us in person or online or on social. Join the conversation as we keep this going forward. We did it last week with our Trump talk. Now it's the Clinton conversation, so we have alliteration going in our favor.
There we go.
Also, bowl of bacon later. What is your go-to weekend song? Do either of you have a go-to weekend song to kind of get you, get you
fist pumping?
Oh.
Like get us fist pumping? Is it
weekend? Anything like?
I don't think I do.
Think about it.
Well, these guys are like major music buffs. They can name who sung what and all that. I just like music, but I don't really have like, oh, I got to play this or that. I just go with the flow.
Like a G6. I'm going to let you listen to that. That is like the best weekend song.
Jason's
we'll talk about
cracking up right
more
now.
about that in a little bit.
G6, I think I've heard that before, but
like a G6,
who knows what song or what a G6 even is.
You'll
Not
learn.
me. I bet you do, though, and you're laughing at me right now.
Time now is 6:40, and we want to get you caught up on some of the stories that are happening all across Metro Detroit.
Yes, we do, and we are bringing you stories from Bloomfield Township, Pontiac, and Dearborn. But first, let's begin in Washington Township. And that is where a 6-month-old baby in a fight for his life. He is in the hospital with shaken baby syndrome. Macomb County investigators say that Zayden Robinson's own father has been arrested for child abuse after the baby's mother found him unresponsive. Zayden's paternal grandmother is defending her son, though, saying that the baby fell off of his changing table, resulting in the injury.
And in Oakland County now, the hunt is on for some thieves responsible for stealing thousands of dollars in phones and tablets from 2 cell phone stores. In 2 separate videos, one taken in Pontiac, the other in Bloomfield Township, the burglar uses a rock to smash a glass door and then shoves electronics into a green backpack. Once inside, that backpack was on his chest. If you recognize the person seen in these 2 different videos or have any information, you're asked to contact police.
And the man who died at a Ford dealership on Tuesday morning in Dearborn has now been identified as 52-year-old Jeffrey Wallace. Police said that Wallace was in the process of moving vehicles as part of his daily duties when he became pinned between a pickup truck that he was driving and another one that was parked. He died from injuries sustained in that accident. Such a tragedy. I guess he worked there for years, detailing all of the vehicles to get them ready for customers. So it's been some tough times for everyone that works there. Our hearts go out to you and his family. It is 6:41, and we are working on more breaking news this morning, and this comes out of San Diego, where 2 police officers have been shot. One's still fighting for his life.
Yeah, a very sad story out of there. Also, a Help Me Hank recall. People are getting burned by a product that's supposed to protect them. We'll have details on that and a whole lot more when we come back. Keep it here. You're watching Local 4 News today.
Sky 4.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 6:44. We have a Help Me Hank consumer alert for you. A burn hazard has led to a new recall.
Yes, and it includes more than 375,000 oven mitts. The recall involves the Marvel Thanos Infinity Gauntlet oven mitts. They were sold exclusively at lootcrate.com. The oven mitts lack thermal protection. That's dangerous. The recall comes after Loot Crate has received 241 reports of burn injuries. Consumers should stop using the product and contact Loot Crate for a replacement product.
Time now. Things over to Brandon for a look at your forecast on our Finally Friday.
Let's do it. All right, it's just shifting gears there on my camera shot, and we're looking now at the Detroit River. What a beautiful, calm scene. We've got a little haze out there. Downtown Detroit looking good. 68 degrees out there right now. Boy, we could use a little rain. Timing not great, but we do have slim rain chances and thunder shower chances today and tomorrow, both mainly in the afternoon, even though some of our viewers right now are getting some showers. North wind at 6, and again, we expect temperatures to kind of head into the low 80s and then stabilize as we head through the day. The rain has been training north as we head through Grand Rapids into Saginaw and the tip of the thumb, so it picks up a little bit in intensity up near Port Austin, Bad Axe, and a warning to anybody along the shorelines of Lake Huron today. A little rough surf with stronger winds over Lake Huron, mixing things up a little bit there. So a warning out from the Weather Service about dangerous swimming conditions on Lake Huron. You see a shower down here along I-94 in the Battle Creek area, and we'll see if that holds together. Again, I believe mainly it's northern counties seeing the rain. I think the stuff out west will start to fizzle out, but maybe some of our western counties get into it before it completely does. 80 degrees at noon. I took an inhale. There, it's gone. 82 degrees later this afternoon, and some soaker shower chances as we head through the afternoon and evening, but most of us, not only today but tomorrow, may not see a drop. All right, we've got the Tigers and Astros going at it tonight, and temperatures will be falling down through the 70s. Could we see a stray shower or two through tailgating, 6, 7 o'clock? It's possible, but again, I think it's going to be slim pickings for the shower chances today. Maybe a little bit better tomorrow as the stationary front gets closer and closer, but we've got an 80-degree temperature on your Saturday. More and more afternoon sun expected on Sunday at 84. And don't cancel your plans today or tomorrow with those slim rain and thunder chances, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all looking GTG. Kim DG.
Good to go. All right, well, it is time for our 1-800-CALL-SAM Chopper Shot, and you are good to go on your roads as well. Right now, we're looking down at I-96 in Livernois. No problems here, but later today, actually, this is going to be a closed down area. That's right, eastbound I-96 closing as well. Lane closures will start at around Outer Drive, but they're going to be the full closure on the express lane starting at Southfield Freeway, and this goes to Davison, and then on the eastbound local lanes, the closure will start at Schaefer, and then will also go to Davison. It's starting tonight at 9 p.m. The closure will wrap up Monday morning at 5 a.m. So it's okay. You can avoid this by exiting at Telegraph, take that to Finkel, and then use Grand River instead. Ron and Evrod.
Nice. Kim, thank you. It is 6:48. Oh, it's time to reveal today's Free Art Friday location.
All right, take a look. Do you know where this is? I think this is one of the easiest ones we've ever had. Every Friday, we hold a scavenger hunt in the city of Detroit to help promote creativity, celebrate art, and help you explore the city.
So if you know where this is, and I think you do, go grab the art and don't forget to take a picture of it. Here is this week's art. What is it? What is it? It looks
Very
like
beautiful. Nice piece of artwork there. All you have to do is grab it, take a picture with it, send it to us on Facebook using the hashtag Local4Today. And it's like a mushroom pastel painting by Lynn Blasey. So thanks to Lynn for donating it.
Yeah, very nice. And this is kind of a good location because I think it might take people a little longer to drive to it.
Yes. And
that's your only clue.
Then you should stay there too, because we have an event happening there later where we're actually going to be there.
Okay. Well,
Not saying anymore.
Okay. All right. We do want to tell you about a very special event that's happening along the Detroit Riverfront Sunday morning. You're invited. It'll help you get fit.
Yes. Hope you'll come out and join me. Lace up your tennis shoes and join me and a crowd of about 600 fitness enthusiasts for my 6th annual Give and Get Fit Walk and Run for Charity. The event benefits youth health programs for inner city kids through the Rhonda Walker Foundation. Give and Get Fit brings out all walks of life, from kids to grandparents and everything in between. It's a 5 and 10K run walk as well as fitness classes and health exhibits. It gets underway at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning right along the riverfront. And this year's celebrity grand marshal is physician, best-selling author, and TV personality Dr. Ian Smith. The deadline to register online at RhondaWalkerFoundation.org is today, but you can also register on site beginning at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. It's $40 to register, and again, it's all happening right at the Detroit riverfront. You come and join us at Rivard Plaza by the Carousel.
There you go.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody. It is a lot of fun. Yeah. Great crowd. And we're going to be back with the morning's top stories right after the break.
All right, and we'll also have our question of the day coming up. Keep it here. We want to get to breaking news that we're following out of San Diego to kick off our top 4 stories. One of the police officers who was shot late Thursday night sadly has died. That second officer is in surgery. One person is in custody for the shooting, but police are saying that others might be involved. Of course, we'll keep you updated.
And the Detroit Police Department is launching an internal investigation after a video went viral of an officer involved in a controversial arrest. A female passenger reported the incident. Detroit Police Chief James Craig says that the video does not tell the whole story.
And the Democratic National Convention is officially in the books, and all eyes are on Hillary Clinton as she wrapped up the DNC, officially accepting her presidential nomination by the party. Hillary is hitting the campaign trail today, starting there in Philadelphia.
And today, Attorney General Bill Schuette is set to announce new charges in the ongoing Flint water crisis. Back in April, 3 people were charged in connection to the lead-contaminated water.
Finally, Friday, we made it, everybody. 68 degrees outside right now. We do have the hazy cloud cover over us and a little bit of sun coming back at us. Notice the rain up north. This is coming out of the Grand Rapids, Big Rapids, Ludington area, and it's fizzling as it heads east, but still holding together enough along and north of I-69, the morning showers. This afternoon, spotty soakers possible here. A lot of us don't see much of anything. 82 degrees today, 80 tomorrow, another afternoon rain chance, and Sunday looks pretty good. Kim?
All right, well, after a quiet morning on the roads, we do have some trouble this morning if you're headed downtown. I-375, there's an accident, the northbound side right at I-75. Only the left lane is open there, so definitely expect delays in that area. Here's a look at that accident right now. You can see it's a rollover accident, pretty serious one.
Bowl of Bacon, what is your go-to weekend song? We fired up a roster of entertainment on Live in the D coming up at 10 a.m. Musically, we are going to knock it out of the park. It's all about the weekend.
I can't wait.
Good.
You have?
I did think of one. Whitney Houston, It's One of Those Days. She's like, it's one of those days when the light's shining bright, and she talks about, you know, it's been a long week, and she wants to do something special for me.
I think you're going to have to sing it.
I'm not going to sing it, but it is a nice song that you're just, you know, it makes you happy.
We all know that Kim's go-to.
My song is
Bounce, 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 Bounce.
the remix to Ignition by R. Kelly.
That's my favorite.
Good one.
I like that one too.
And he
the
says,
weekend, I'm about to have me some fun.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yes.
Well, Shannon Watson on Facebook says, Black Betty. Oh, no.
Black Betty, oh, Ramajam, oh, Black Betty, Ramajam.
Guns N' Roses from Jeff Bowley on Facebook as well.
Just good, loud music, says Angela Hallmark Griffith.
I like that. Yeah,
Good,
there you
loud
go.
music.
What's interesting is looking at all of these responses, I didn't know a single song on here, but the only one that stuck out to me is Linda Yancey. She says The Battle by Yolanda Adams, which I thought was an interesting pick, a gospel song to kick off your weekend.
I like this one. Denise says, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
There you go.
Yes, to get your weekend started.
Maybe some Jimmy Buffett would be good this weekend.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Julie Bugsby on Facebook says anything from Kid Rock.
There you have it. Go.
Don't forget, come join us. Jason and I are going to be heading down to Campus Martius Park to have a conversation with you about politics, the campaign, Hillary Clinton's speech last night. Also on Click on Detroit as well. Join us at 8 a.m. at Campus Martius Park. We'll see you there.
In the meantime, have a great weekend.
It's human.